get straight on things. So start things off with the hand traps. Play 3 Gamma and the driver. So obviously the Gamma package, just really good in this deck. You can just explode off it if turn 1. It's amazing when you go Desires, Day Ash, Gamma, and then you just explode from there. It sucks though when you go Desires and banish your driver. That sucks. Happens to me quite often. But yeah, really good package in this deck. 3 Ash, really good right now. And 3 Veiler. Some people playing Imperm. I might actually switch this out for the Imperm. That's not a bad shot actually. The only reason why is because off the Ultimatum. What's the dragon called? Yeah, this one here. So you need to set a card. So I feel like having Imperm is really good for this, because it sucks if you don't have a spell trap card to set to trigger its effect. So I think we might play the Imperm. And yeah, that is the hand trap lineup. So obviously 10, technically 9, but we play the brick. Slots for the hand traps. And then engine wise, really self-explanatory. Don't think I have to explain a lot. 3 Lulu, 3 Lau Lau, GG. I love GG. I think GG is amazing. You can never play less than 3. It's so underrated in this deck because like it reminds me of like Sunlight Wolf, where you add back Gazelle, but instead you add in back Lulu in the end phase. So GG is really good. Obviously Lau Lau is just insane right now because of the Link Dragon. I keep calling it, like, think it's Crimson Dragon. It looks like Crimson Dragon, but I'll just call it Ulti Dragon. Really good because obviously it's a tuner level 6. Even without the 2 chain grave, you can still like do that and like a Lily. So yeah, Lau Lau's really good. Lily, double send. So I play 2 Nyan Nyan. Some people play 3, but I also play 2/2. So these are like the normal summons, and you don't really need any more, in my opinion. I mean, obviously some people play 3 Nyan Nyan, and that's just like personal preference, I suppose. But 2 just works fine. You can always shuffle it back off 2 as well, so it's super recyclable. Drawing it in multiple suck, so that's why I like the 2 as well. And then 2 is a pretty good card for your recursion, as well as the effect, bring it back as a tuner. And then 3 City. Yeah, this card is so versatile because you can literally, depending on your hand, say if you open this and a Lulu, depending on the other 3 cards in your hand to start with, you can sort of set a spell trap card, and then depending on the Lulu, then you can just like explode off it. So yeah, City's really good. Obviously, Q-Long is amazing. 3 Desires, no Prosperity in this. You could play Prosperity, but I think you have to tweak around the list a lot more. And it conflicts with Supercharge and Karuuda as well, because you can't draw into Prosperity. But yeah, 3 Desires is really good because you can use Nyan Nyan to shuffle back your banished face down cards, which is crazy interaction there. Upstart, 39 cards, can't beat it. And then E-Tele, because it's just amazing. I think OCG has this at 2. Not sure why. You know, their format's just insane. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I love OCG format. It's one of my favourites. But like this at 2 is just a bit silly over there. And they had VFD for the longest as well, which is crazy. Cold, self-explanatory, offensive, defensive, really good card. Only did 2 Tuche. I think that's quite standard now. 2 Tuche and 1 Shanwu, however you ever say it. Really standard, I think. Well, obviously before this came out, people were playing 3 Tuche. I think this is the standard now. So overall, really good, really budget deck. No talents, no droplets. I say it's budget minus the extra deck, but we'll get onto that in a minute. So then we play the side deck Nibiru. Just good against the mirror match, good against Drytron, really solid against Salaman Great that comes up every now and then. And if Sky Striker wants to go into the access code combo, you can Nibiru them. So yeah, it comes up really, but I think it's better in side deck at the moment because we have so many hand traps and so many ways to just blow out our opponent going second. Just worth playing the side deck. Phantasmage just fix our hands and shuffle back the bricks if we draw them. I think this deck can be a bit clunky. That's the issues most people have playing this deck. I think Foolish Burial Goods is another good card to play in the main deck if you want to play more budget and you don't have maybe the accessibility to impermanences. You can just play more engine, which is absolutely fine. So Phantasma on the side, good against Sky Striker as well, and good against the meta in general. A really good card. Like when this card first came out, when like Master Rule 5 got released, this card would like die off, but I'm glad it's back because it's a really, really good card. Dark Rune no more. You could probably take some talents, but I think the this deck can like struggle against like Dragon Link, and it can also struggle against Ultimateness and Dragoon. It also, you can throw this against any like sort of deck that ends on sort of a problematic monster, and it should sort you out, I suppose, because you've also got Phantasmi to draw into it. You can also take that route. And then back row, Twin Twisters be good because you can get the advantage off the discard. Discarding like a Q Long or a Chu Chase, not bad. But we play 3 Cosmic just because it's more impactful, especially against like Eldritch and stuff. And against like Karuuda, banishing final battle is pretty strong. And then 1 Duster. And then for the extra deck, play Muddy Mudragon because it's really broken to get off the fusion effect, summon effect for Dragoon, because you can fuse away this and the dragon to make Dragoon, which is nuts. Coral Dragon, which is yeah, pretty standard. Charge, really standard as well, because you can like get the effect to draw and then just sync it off for the Crimson Dragon as well. I keep calling it Crimson Dragon, I gotta stop doing that, but it looks like Crimson Dragon. Vermilion Mech is like a really good card right now. Always has been a really good card in Virtual World. So self-explanatory. Croc, really good card. And then Shen Chen, probably the reason why a lot of people are playing this deck right now is because this card is nuts. Like a walk-in, easily summoned in the deck, Macrocosmos. Against the meta, this card is like really good against everything. I think that's why a lot of people flock into this deck right now, because of Shen Chen. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future, because we're always going to see graveyard formats. So I think as long as we always see graveyard formats, Shen Chen will be a really good card. And then up until we see something like Thunder Dragon. I know when Thunder Dragon first came in, there was like loads of cards. What was it? Gold Sarcophagus and stuff, like banishing cards. So obviously you don't want to banish your opponent's Thunder Dragons. I'm not saying specifically Thunder Dragons, but a deck that could benefit off Shen Chen. That's the only reason why I stopped. I don't think this deck would see much play in a format like that. But yeah, really good card, Shen Chen, and it recurs itself, so it has a bit natural grind to it as well. Crystal Wing, and then obviously the Ultimate. Gossip Shadow. So I was debating between this and Break Sword for the longest, but I just think that this is just good. It's just good. Like, you could play Break Sword, but I think this is just another monster to negate, and we are seeing quite a monster effect heavy format at the moment, so I think this is super good to run. The Fortune Tune is good for Zeus access and indestructible. Yeah, you take the life point damage, but if you're not in time, take the life point damage, protect yourself, and then Zeus overlay, wipe the board. Fan because it's just good disruption, and it can it's just good access. Like, it's just good utility down the extra deck. So I play Utopia Beyond because it's another utility card that can just OTK, or Zeus. So Zeus is good. M7, really standard. Disruption. I should have drunk that Red Bull. Bloody heart's feeling funny now. But yeah, yeah, this card's just amazing. Like, recursion and disruption. Zeus, and then of course Dragoon. So that is the deck. So I'm gonna go into a solo mode and just practice